Good morning, everybody. Today is day 25 on the AT. Big T on the AT 26. And I am off this morning much later than normal, but I have had good rest and had a good breakfast this morning. G-Man carried me into town to Bojangles and I got ham and biscuits and a cup of coffee. I have run very low on my resupply, and I'm hoping that I can knock some of that out this afternoon. I'm really hoping a box that I didn't get back at where, I don't remember where, when I came out of the Smokies, the box that didn't show when I called the post office and having it bumped here forward. I'm hoping it's going to be here tomorrow when I get there. I got there late yesterday because of those big miles, and Uncle Johnny's store wasn't open. But thank goodness for G-Man. He carried me into town and I got a hamburger. I am fast, but I'm down to scrapping on my food. I've got to do something different. But I'm not planning to I'll be back at Uncle Johnny's tonight, so I won't have to cook and not staying on trail. So that's good. But I really gotta figure my food out on these boxes. I got 11 miles to go today, but I gotta start off here with a pretty good climb. So I'm just gonna keep rolling, try to get in early, see if I can't get some things taken care of. I'll give you the views along the way. No Business Knob Shelter. Good place to take a little break. Concrete block shelter. That's kind of unusual. Painted walls. Old metal roof though. Man, I'm starting to feel rain. Shoot. Wasn't that much of a chance of rain today, but I'm definitely feeling it. I need you to help me pray for some people. You probably need to get a piece of paper. There's a lot of requests that I know about, a lot of people that are in need right now. And just thought I would throw it out there for you. If you believe in prayer and you believe that it makes a difference, and you might say a prayer for some of these people. First of all, you know about Bill. Please pray for Bill. Hope he gets back out of the hospital again soon. And they get this fluid issue under control. Secondly, I got a text today from a friend of mine named Bob, whose wife who's on dialysis because of kidney cancer, and he's struggling with she's having some body pains and things like that, and she has to go to dialysis, and so they're having difficulties there. Pray for them. Pray for Bob as he deals with her, and that she will get better, and that she can get her dialysis and continue to live a good life that they're trying to achieve for her. It's hard, life's when you get cancer and things, it affects your organs, and life gets difficult. And I know that personally, watching my dad go down so quickly. Couple of people that I know about this in my conversations and writing and what have you, One of my drivers, G-Man, who's he's 65 and now is having some heart issues as well. He's has it's not it's an electrical issue. It's not, he doesn't have to have heart surgery, but they're trying to decide what to do with him, and he's struggling with that issue. He's wanting to redo his house. His plumbing's messed up at his house. He bought a house right close to Uncle Johnny's. But probably the biggest thing going on in his life, his granddaughter is in a coma from a car accident, and just they don't know what her future holds. Yeah, they have seen some improvement, but and this has gone on, I think, for 9 months, I think is what I heard him say. And so big issues there, and pray for them. Steve, the guy that I know well, because I got a lot of rides from him in this area, who really is Unicoi Shuttles, who does a really good job, and his wife has cancer, and they've been going back and forth to MD Anderson. And people's lives are just, impacted so greatly by cancer and by other things, and just they need a prayer. That's Steve. And then the lady at the last hostel I stayed at, Nature's Inn, Amy, and her brother and her own that, or run that hostel there. Her brother fell out the other day from the same thing that I think G-Man has, and went into AFib, and he passed out and hit his head and busted his head open, and now they don't know how to fix him either. There's another electrical issue with him, and he's only 62 only. I say that because he's younger than me. We just people, going through stuff, and she's had a tough time. She's been through a divorce. So Amy and her brother, and they're trying to run that hostel and trying to do a good job with that. She shuttled me to the hostel one afternoon after I got off at that long 21 mile day, and was very kind to me. So there's people, I'm coming in contact with all over that need our prayers, and people that have gone through stuff, people that are going through stuff. And, I try to be alert and aware, and try to be sympathetic, and help me to be more sympathetic and listen. People share their stories with you. I get in the car and we got a 20-minute ride, and I learn a lot of stuff. So, and most of these people around here that are helping hikers are very kind. They want to see you succeed, and it's good to be around. A lot there, but I kind of felt like you would help me pray for these people. Thanks. Looks like I'm coming up on another section of down trees. It's crazy what the wind did in here during Helene. It's not trees down everywhere, but where they're down, it was really bad. And I guess it was a combination of the amount of rain soaking the ground, days and days, and inches of rain, and then the winds came. But it would funnel up through some of these mountains, and then look at that. It just took every tree down just about in that section, which they have. There's no telling how many chainsaws they've been through here clearing this trail. And I hear this is not even the worst part. Worst part I'll probably see tomorrow. Iron Mountain is what I'm hearing is the worst. Look at all that. It just uprooted, laid them all over. It's like twigs. All that what I went through yesterday was just like that. I'd go through a section and they'd all be down, and then I'd go through a section that was beaten. Didn't look like it had any damage, and then all of a sudden there it is again. No Business Knob Shelter, 2.5 miles. Nolichucky, 4 miles. I got 4 miles to go, and I need to show you a piece of the bridge You know, the trail goes across the Nolichucky and across that bridge, which I filmed walking across last time. This time the bridge is gone and a piece of it's still laying up on the bank. I need to show you that. I need to remember to film that. About to come up here with this really nice overlook of the whole river, bottom, railroad, everything. It's gonna be really nice. I can't wait to show you that. And I wanted to talk about yesterday. I showed you pictures of my two oldest granddaughters, Catherine. They both spent the night with Honey, their grandmother, my wife, and they have a blast at my house. Of course, most of you who have grandchildren, you know how that works. And I won't talk any more about that because I don't want to get in trouble, but it's a great thing. Catherine is just turned 5, and she's really starting to develop into a sweet little girl. She's a lot of fun, and I was so happy that she went hiking and that she enjoyed it and had a good time doing that mile hike and stayed in front of us so we didn't have to. She was tired, but she did not have any trouble hiking all the way up from the bottom of Amicalola to the lodge. She did really well for a 5-year-old. And then you saw a video of May. Catherine is my son's daughter, and May is my daughter's daughter. And if you will remember my through hiking 23, I went home for 2 days, and it was to see May. And May was born 3 months premature. We didn't know when she was being born if she'd live, how she'd be, if she'd do. She stayed in the NICU from September into December, which my mom and daddy went there every day to see her, of course. And she's a special little girl too because of it, and she's sweet as she can be. So sweet, and nothing. She's small, as you saw in the video in Amicalola, but she's sweet and good and powerful. She'll be something else. All 3 of them will be. But I didn't talk much about them yesterday, but I want to tell you today about them. I want to finish my thought. I got out of breath and then finish my thought. When I went home last time in 23, it was from May's baby dedication at church. And that was the only time I was at home was for those 2 days. So I've always felt like she was a gift, as is every child, but she was a special gift from God to my daughter and my son-in-law, Andrew. So just wanted to be sure I was there and give my support and my promise to help raise her in the nurture and admonition of the Lord. And it was a special time to be home for that. And appreciate the prayers also for my 3rd grandchild, Sarah, that y'all did, and she's doing great. So much of this landscape has changed since I was here last in the flood. You can just kind of tell how the water just went through there. G-Man said that the trees were on the interstate, and you can see can see that overpass right there. He said they were stacked up to the overpass once the water went down. The overpass just kind of blocked them, kept them from going, and there was just nothing but trees and mud on top of that interstate. Hospital, you can hear the machine work, but that's what's left of the hospital. They decided to tear it down. It wasn't salvageable. And there's a bridge right there. And yesterday and today there were rescue workers looking for a body, looking for a guy who fell off that bridge yesterday, and somebody saw him fall and saw him hit the water, and he stood up and put his hat on a rock, and then they never saw him again. So yesterday and this morning when we left, they were still searching for him. The family has put out on Facebook. Anybody can find him. They don't know if he walked off or if he succumbed to his injuries and collapsed or what. Here's another piece of the bridge. I just saw it sitting there. The bridge crossed down there. You can see a piece of it laying there. I'll show you the piece that I was talking about on the other side. You can't see it. It's around the mountain there. It's amazing what Mother Nature can do. Well, I haven't seen trail magic on the trail since a long time. Maybe since Nolichucky Gap. I was trying to remember if I've seen trail magic since then. I don't think so. My church is right now in Georgia doing trail magic and hiking along. I hope those guys are doing well. I'm interested to see the reports, how many people they fed and all that, because they really put on a good trail magic. It's really good. But I have received trail magic. It's pretty incredible. Don again. Of course, it started with Philip Richards. Philip just goes over and above. Crazy. He is just really supportive of me monetarily, and he prays for me, and he keeps up with my videos and all. But he's just really good to me. Really, really good to me. And then the last 3 days, Don Roberts hit me again. Thank you, Don. Michael Mahaney, I appreciate it. And that's adding to the state fund. And then my good friend Joe Kirchner. It hit me hard today. So I am thankful, very thankful for friends and people like y'all who support me and want to see me be successful and want to take part in this journey. It's fun. And I'm just blessed to be here, and I'm blessed to have friends that care. Thank y'all, all of y'all. It's really neat. Here's another view of this river. I don't know if the railroad's still operational. I've been hearing the train, so I think it is. I think I'm sure they probably had to rebuild that bridge. I think it's done. And a lot of the track, probably. I filmed that bridge, the train coming last time. They said it sounded like an earthquake when the bridge broke loose. There you can see that piece of bridge a lot better now. The Nolichucky. Mike's trail name is No Miles. I like it. Thank you, No Miles. Just so you can see how close Uncle Johnny's is to the trail. That's part of some of his buildings. You can't see that's the roof of the new building. It got flooded. But there's some of the buildings. That's the new building. It's got a great resupply inside. I'll try to get you some pictures of that. There's the laundry where I was washing my clothes last night. Wash machine's not working so great. Anyway, it's not spinning and getting them. G-Man's hollering at me. So you see that piece of the bridge. You can just imagine what the force of that water was like. Down here is another piece. It broke loose. And then you can see some more of it down the river. Oh, and they found the guy that fell off the bridge yesterday. They found him in the river. He didn't make it. Sorry to hear that. I just want to look down here. Somebody must have lost their life here too. I see that cross on the tree. Still debris piled up right there against the tree. There's one of the pilings for the bridge. It's crazy, the force of that water. Just crazy. There's a dog stuck in there. Goodness. There's one of those railing pipes. Massive force of water. They're reworking the road. They're putting rocks all on the side.